Hi guys, thanks for joining me on another Ian's Bedtime Stories. Tonight we're reading a new one for me, but I'm sure it's going to be one of my favourites. It's the music news, 2 weeks in Nashville interview. What's the new single Homeward Bound about?
Hey Music News, it's a pleasure. The new tune, Homeward Bound, was actually written on the last day of our first trip to Nashville, and we had the pleasure of meeting and working with Mark Hadfield.
Is it a good reflection on what we can expect from the album, Paper Planes and Razor Blades?
Oui, it's definitely a side to the roller coaster ride of the record. It's the last song of the album and closes the journey and story. We wanted to write a positive and uplifting record to bring people out of these gloomy times. We were experiencing new things whilst being in Nashville, and it's a reflection of hope and a fresh start.
An interesting title. Where did the inspiration come from?
We knew this was the only contender and perfect name for the album after writing it. It just summed up the roller coaster ride we've been on the last few years. The journey through love, hate, depression, hope, and back again.
How did you link up with Grammy Award-winning producer Mark Hadfield?
It was pretty unexpected actually. He happened to be in Nashville at the same time as us. And after a few beers on the last day of our trip, we decided to have a crack at writing a tune. Mark had learnt 2 new chords the night before in his hotel room, and as soon as he played us his new findings, we all felt the same emotion and Homeward Bound happened. Mark's a wicked guy, super down to earth and easy to work with, although I do remember him shifting the key of the song up a tone to really push Billy's vocals, which he'll bloody get him for one day.
How was the recording process?
The recording process was very exciting for us. We were lucky enough to travel to Nashville for 2 weeks and work in Sound Kitchen Studios with Kyle Hirschman and producer Brian Harris. It really opened our eyes and ears to another world whilst recording there. The days were long and being under Brian's control was pretty daunting at times given his wealth of experience and background in production working with some of our favourite artists. But it was great fun and a new way of recording for us, as it was all live in one room. It actually made things more comfortable as we could pour our live performance energy into the tracks, and Brian wanted that raw 60-70 sound, mistakes and all.
As a band, do you prefer the studio or the stage?
That's a tough one. The studio is a comfortable place. It's been a great and exciting experience for us in Nashville, having the freedom to experiment with sounds and explore our imaginations in terms of creativity. However, we've always been a live band and always will be. There's something about playing new music to new faces in a new places that never gets old. Performing music was what essentially brought us all together and made us start writing. So it'd have to be the stage for me. Just the feeling and buzz it gives you. There's nothing quite like it.
With recent events having halted live music, how are you crafting your live return? As we have been fortunate enough to have been living together throughout lockdown, we've been rehearsing and putting on live stream shows once a month to keep performing and trying to reach out to new people. It has been a learning curve, but we're now just excited to get back to venues and playing to new faces. We had a surreal first show back in Bournemouth at Madden Crowd, supporting the Hoosiers in October, and really felt like a breath of fresh air. We want the shows to be a crazy experience when they finally happen again. Who are your heroes in music?
Our heroes in music are the artists that inspire us the most. J'adore risk takers, being different and entertaining personalities. They'd have to be the Stones, the Beatles, the Who, Chili Peppers, U2 and Coldplay to name a few.
Anything else you'd like to say to music news readers?
You're all legends and we hope to play to you in the near future. Thanks for reading and the support!
Oh, one of my favourites. Well, thanks guys for joining me for another bedtime story, and I for one can't wait for the next one. That's all from me. Good night.